Yo, my bad. I don't know how long that had been on zero, but I'm here now. Uh, I was trying to set this up so y'all could see the screen. I was trying to set this up on OBS. Let me check right quick to make sure that the audio is working. Yikes. Justin, what's good? Sell you perfect. What's happening? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling today? What's going on? Okay, my voice is coming through. Let's just play. Let's go to YouTube and let's just play something. Close that. What's happening? How you feeling? How's life? We listening to? Oh, let me put the link in the chat. We are doing some mixed feedback today. Not for a long time. Maybe an hour or so. I'm gonna pin this. Submit mixes here. Point. Audio is indeed good. We love that. We love some good audio. Let's pin that. So this is where you can go to submit the mixes, and we're gonna check them out. You feel me? We're gonna give you some feedback, like criticism, like constructivity. Just making up words. Constructivity is probably a word. Constructivity. Constructivity is a word. A proactive solution oriented approach aimed at improving situations, building or creating. Exactly. All right. Often used in situations like constructive criticism. I'm going to send one right now. Bet. We're going to check it out. I'm going to flip to this screen. I also have some work that I need to do. So if things do get a little dry, I'll do a little work. But I am excited. Let me put my phone up here so I can look at the chat easier. Fire. All right, and I'm gonna switch my screen around. Here we go. So guys, we are just getting started. So this is something that I do on the Patreon all the time. I just do it way more in depth on the Patreon. But for y'all, oh my lord. I am opening this up to give more feedback just to everybody on the YouTube channel, because I think this is another way I could just do something for the people who are subscribed and everything. So although on the Patreon I do give more in-depth feedback, like if they send me the file or they send me the session, if they can send me a Pro Tools session, a FL session, or whatever they use, and then I can go through it and I'll record myself going through it and just giving feedback like that. But on these streams, I am not going that in depth, but you just send me the file, upload the file here, and I'll, you know, give you some feedback based on what I'm hearing and all of that. This will be fun. We can talk about it. I'm excited. But in the meantime, um, I need to get a mix out of BandLab. Does anybody here use BandLab? This is I've only used BandLab maybe like twice, but I need to get, well, I know how to get the stems out, but what I want to do is create a duplicate session. Is that possible? While y'all are doing that, I'm gonna figure this out. How to duplicate a BandLab session. To duplicate BandLab, open your library in the app. said open my library in the app. I don't have the app. Let's do it on the computer, on desktop. Mac, sure. Open your project in the mix editor, click file, and click save as to create a new version. Oh, okay. Click. Open your project in the mix editor, click file. What do you mean click file? Is this supposed to look different? There is no file. Anybody know how to use this BandLab? Well, all I'm trying to do is duplicate the session so that I can always have his original session just in case I mess something up. I don't want to touch anything until I do that personally. But this looks different. Let's watch the video.
Sometimes I might want to duplicate a track so that I can keep the original and manipulate a second copy. To do that, I click on the main control area of the track, right click, and duplicate. I can also use Shift D. It will give me a new copy of the track below.
Okay. Can I not select all of these at the same time? Come on now, BandLab. All right, well, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D. Can I move these around? Fire, okay. There's Harmony's copy. We go. Whoa. Move that there. Move that there. We do prods 19. What's happening? I'm just here, waiting for somebody to submit so I can review y'all's mixes whenever y'all ready. But in the meantime, I got a little bit of work. Somebody sent me a session. It's in BandLab, so I am figuring out how to use BandLab low-key in real time. Isn't that fun? So what I've done now is I've duplicated everything, and now can I just mute these? So these are his original tracks. So if I mess something up, I can always go back. So just making sure this 6 total tracks right here. So this should be 12. Nice. We're nice on that. All right, now let's see what's going on. Let's solo this. So this is gonna be what mic do you currently have, and why do you want to upgrade? So this is very interesting because why? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take everything off. I'm gonna take everything off, right? So I'm gonna have some dry stems and wet stems. Again, this is my first time using BandLab. Well, maybe my second time using BandLab, but I'm gonna make some wet stems and some dry stems and then on the wet stems, I'm going to make some adjustments to whatever's going on here. But before I make any of those, I just want to see what's going on here. I want to hear what's going on here. I currently have the AT2020. That's one of my early mics as well. And I was thinking about getting the DA. Is that the Dockman 87? SC mainly want to upgrade because I'm trying to record more people locally and I want a mic that can reliably perform easier in the mix. Document. Oh, the document is really good. I know the 18 is a decent mic, but better mic just helps you know if yeah, okay. Yeah, I feel you. I had the AT2020 for a long time. Long time. That's one of my early mics as well. And I definitely upgraded, but it is a somehow it's a solid mic. Like I got really good recordings with that mic, but yeah, the document is a good mic. I did a video with another engineer friend and we shot out that mic versus two other mics. I forgot what mics they were, but yeah, I think the document is a solid mic. So yeah, I mean if the budget's there and of course your recording space, like where you record people in the booth and all of that, is solid, why not? You feel me? All right, let's see what's going on here. So I'm just take everything off. Oh no, and we'll bring it one by one. That's a little confusing. We're getting gain, but let's see. Okay, this is confusing because literally everything is adding gain. But I don't want to mess anything up yet. I'm just trying to see what's going on. Okay, so I'll probably keep these two and then I'll print the reverb separately. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna just leave this on for now so I remember. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, this is the same preset he got on everything. Everything the same preset. See, this is BandLab for you, huh? Literally everything got the same preset on it. All right then, all right then. I ain't mad at you, player. I ain't mad at you, player. Wow, that's so fascinating.
Ah, yeah. Whoa. Hey. Yeah. Hey, shout out brother Jordan, man. Shout out my brother Jordan. Shit, man. Let's go. Yeah. And this thing that we got, it's good how it is, don't change it. My life is so busy. I can't wait till later on, I'm patient, yeah. And you be giving me the one to. And girl, I get it when I want you. And you hold it down, down, down. It's about you, baby. Yeah. And I got a nice view, baby. I can see it all. I've been missing your calls. But I'm thinking about you more than all. Girl, this ain't platonic. You know how we rockin'. You know you won't stop it. You don't want to get it poppin'. You're my first option, girl. All I want you to be is who.
Interesting. Hey, that's what we here to do. We here to yap. Did somebody send a mix in yet? Oh, snap. We got mixes. I didn't even know. Oh, we already did that one. Okay, we got two. Let me see. It's between the Warm Audio WA87 Rode NT1A, but I'm able to squeeze out extra for the Dockman. But I was thinking about the KSM27. Yeah. I've used the Rode NT1A. It's solid for its price range. Another classic. I haven't used the Warm Audio 87. I don't even know if I know what the KSM 27 is. What's that? KSM 27 mic. Sure mic? Huh. I've never used this. I don't really know anything about this microphone. Excellent for vocals. Ha 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 ha. Hmm. That's interesting. Kind of gives an egg vibe. It's definitely not the sexiest mic. Mm. Let's look at the KSM 32. But hey, it's all about how it sounds anyway. Uh, this one does look a little taller. The other one a little shorter, but hilarious. Interesting. Very interesting. I feel like I don't hear people talk about this mic that much. Am I wrong? But it's a good mic. Detailed. It's really flat though. Popular voiceover mic and podcasting mic. Oh, okay. Got you. All right then. Yeah, I've used a couple Warm Audio mics. I think I used they make a C800 emulation, right? I've used that. That was pretty decent. I wasn't mad at it, especially for the price point. And I think there's another one I used. I don't maybe it was the 251? I don't know. I don't remember. Might have been the 251 emulation that they do or something. That was pretty decent too. But I have used the Rode. I had one, but I gave it to somebody. But I used the Rode for a while. That's what I upgraded to. I upgraded to from the AT2020 to the Rode NT1A and the AKG 214. And I ended up using the Rode NT1A more, but for certain people, I used the AKG 214. I still have the AKG 214. That's actually the mic that I use for the YouTube videos is the AKG 214. But I don't know. The document is pretty solid. I think the document is for sure better than the Rode NT1A. I think, but the Rode NT1A is pretty solid. I can't speak on the Warm Audio 87 for sure because I haven't used it. And I have no knowledge about the KSM 27. But yeah. Because some people say it's like, nah, I wouldn't say it's unmixable. I used it for a while. I used it for at least from around 2017, 2018 to 2020. So, Loud Audio makes some really, really good mics. I mean, if you got, yeah, I mean, I guess if you're gonna get the document, I would look at Loud Audio. They make some really good mics. I use the Aston Origin. I really like it going to my one. I've mixed some songs. I've never used it to record, but I've mixed a good amount of songs from people who use the Aston, and I'm not mad at it. You know, it is definitely it's a malleable sound, and the build quality of the mic is kind of indestructible. But Loud Audio mics I heard before, they made great mics for sure. Yeah, I'm just kind of on a budget. We gonna listen to your song, bro. I promise. We distracted right now. Loughton Audio, but we're getting there. Which one at 320? Okay, valid. They have other ones though that are not that expensive. Oh dang, I forgot. Press and hold. Dang, is this how they stopping AI? If I wanted AI to do some shopping for me, is this how they're stopping it? Like, what's going on here? Why I gotta press and hold now? Oh my goodness. Let's look Loud Audio. Copy. Mics. Ah. Okay. Valid. The budget is the budget. You could definitely get something fantastic within your budget as well, though. So, if you're saying though that you could squeeze 500 for the Dockman. There's a video on the 320 versus the Dockman. Actually, one guy made a video. Oh, which one sounded better to you in that video? All right, let's listen to these mixes. This first one is Wildlife by Sell You Perfect. I'm a producer and engineer. The song has been out over a year almost. Just want some feedback. All right, here we go. Let's get it.
Damn, Sally. Perfect.
What are you doing? Why this guy don't carry his money in a wallet? Hey, why this guy carry his money in a wallet? Like this. On the outside.
Yeah, 23/7 GTA lifestyle. Nigga, my life wild. I live a wild life. Shout out wildlife. Me and Cuz walked the block down. It was a wild night. Alright, I'm in my bag now. Check me out. Yeah, bitch, I'm with the mafia. I put money on niggas' head. Bitch, I'm with the mafia. I don't need a gun to kill them dead. Could be dead.
I think the panning could be better. I don't know if this is a 2-track beat. So if this is a 2-track beat, then you have no real control over that. But there's this synth. That's like right next to the vocal, and it's making it hard for me to really like dial into what the vocal is saying, but I can if I focus. I gotta kind of focus, and you want the listening experience to be a little easier most times, but maybe for this song. But it don't sound bad though.
I'm in jail for the
It's pretty solid.
shit that I done did. Told my mama the right shit. Just imagine what I had. I can sell beef to a vegan. Imagine what I do with mid. If you know me, then you know how I play it. Call them guns, can openers, how they crack open niggas' lids. How trigger on the G like.
I think it might be a little too compressed because you could hear how certain words are popping out that aren't intended to kind of pop out a little louder. I'm sorry I keep stopping and starting. I gotta say the thoughts as I hear the thoughts, but it's cool though. I had the stems. That's my artist. I had the stems. Well.
Just to push back a nigga with. They love the streets, but the streets don't give a fuck. You can't say it's real. It ain't hard to get a roll. You had it once, up one again. If I don't get the Romeo, I might just cop a two-door bin.
Or maybe the attack is just really fast. Maybe that's what it is.
I'm the type to turn a M to a beat and get off the grid. I really feel like the one that ain't on me, it's in my skin. I let my soul bleed every chance I get, I hardly use a pen. Niggas grown, fuck a friend, I ain't tryna make amends. I'm finna take off, don't forget about what you done or what you did. Yeah, y'all. Niggas cramping my lifestyle, tryna do the shit I done. I ain't got no fucking kids, but niggas acting like my sons. My hands was in my pocket when I was broke, I ain't asked for nothing. Face my problems like a man when it hit the fan, I don't try to run. No niggas who will lose their mind before they ever lose their gun. No niggas who will take your life just cause you think you can't be touched. I'm being blunt and bitch, I'm one of them niggas. She like niggas getting money, bitch, I'm one of them niggas. Yeah, 23/7 GTA lifestyle shit.
I also think there's like a electric piano sound that's pretty loud. I think that could come down a little bit. And like I was saying earlier, that synth that's pretty close to the vocal, maybe either bringing it left and using another sound. There's a dun, 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 some kind of sound like that you could use to kind of position it against that sound so it's not pulling you one way or the other. And it would help so that I can focus on the vocal more. But I think the overall, even like it don't sound crazy compressed. Like it's solid. Like it's not bad. It's not far off. It's like minimal balance stuff, like volume and panning. And other than like the EQ on the vocal is fine. It don't sound like crazy processed or nothing. Like it's not bad, bro. It's not bad. It's just subtle stuff like that. I personally like the Dockman more, but I'm kind of biased on Darker Might Sound. So your 320 isn't bad. It's just more like, okay, I want a better chance. Okay, valid. Well, there you go. Like, if I'm being real, I'm low-key just looking for a more workhorse type of mic. Okay, valid. You good, dog. I think I've grown since then for sure. Didn't have much understanding. I went to school for mixing too. Dang, what school you went to? And how long you been, I guess, recording and mixing? I could vibe out to this without really being like, what is this mix? Yeah, that's valid. Same. It's an unnoticeable mix. It sounds good, but it doesn't stand out like newer music these days. KB was good. You made it. Y'all know the legend KB. KB is a legend out here in these streets. Damn, hold up. I'm on a mini. Ah, yikes. Oh, SA in Atlanta started making. Okay, 2018. Okay, valid. That's what's up. That's solid, bro. Yeah. I mean, I feel what Planotine. I feel what Planotine is saying. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Planotine. But that's valid. It don't necessarily stand out. But a part of that is the song. It's not all on you to make the song stand out. Like that's a artist and production thing. I think that these days, uh, a lot of emphasis is on the mix engineer, and it's not like I can go back and reproduce the part, or go back and re-sing the vocal. All of the ingredients have to be there. You feel me? So a part of it is the song and production, like the artists and the producers, whatever. But we are supposed to elevate that and enhance that and make it as amazing as possible. So that's a two-way street. I feel what you're saying though. But KB was good. I was just saying you're a legend out here, bro. Like you're a legend out here on the streets and on the internet. You feel me? Y'all don't know KB, y'all gotta get hit. Cause KB does music. As you can see by his name. I'm new to mixing on Pro Tools. I get some small details, but I really don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that's valid. We all start there and don't know what we doing. What is the single most thing that you struggle with right now? You feel me? And maybe we could just start there and help you with that. And then next stream will help you with something different after you go practice that for like a week or so. Plano team or Plano time both work. Oh, you got one of, never mind. I was about to say something crazy. I gotta, man, this streaming stuff. Dang. I was about to say you got a name that go both ways, but I'm sorry. It was just a joke. I got a lot goes into making a song stand out. That's more than just the mix, but the mix also can help influence it a bit. Facts. Anyway, how you doing? I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm blessed and highly favored. Just thanking the Lord, Jesus Christ, our Savior, every day for another one. When I was new to Pro Tools, the single thing I was struggling with was routing, not gonna lie. Ah, that's interesting. That's valid though. I feel like routing in Pro Tools it is kind of tricky, I guess, initially. But I started in FL. So to me, the routing in FL was confusing. Like I didn't understand how to use those little wires to route stuff for the longest. So everything always just went straight to the mix bus, like to the master. I never could figure out routing for a long time in FL. So once I figured it out in FL and then I went to Pro Tools, I was like, oh, this makes way more sense because I can just see it. I could just name it whatever and I could say, oh, this is the input, this is the output. Like, So it kind of made sense to me, actually more in Pro Tools for routing. I came from FL as well, but going from FL to Pro Tools was like so different for me. Studio One, I low-key hate with the passion. I was using it for 3 months. In between switching DAWs for mixing. To me, those round wires in FL make some. Really? They make sense to you? Oh my goodness. It's just not intuitive for me at least, but it's a capable DAW. Yeah. Wow, that's very interesting. Okay. I have things to say. How we feel about Studio One? Okay. Studio One is cool. We're gonna go down the line. Studio One is cool. It's similar to Pro Tools in certain ways. There are things I like about Studio One that Pro Tools doesn't have, but then there are more things I like about Pro Tools that Studio One kind of has, but not really. But I think that is a great DAW. I think it's amazing. I think it's weird that it's now Fender Studio Pro or whatever it's called. I think that's weird. But overall, it's a good DAW. All of them are amazing. I think for me, just for what I do specifically, Pro Tools is great for recording and mixing. But if I was to do anything else, if I was to master, like if I was a mastering engineer, I'd use a different DAW. If I was producing, I'd use a different DAW. I wouldn't use Pro Tools for anything else outside of recording and mixing, personally. Dang, I lost the chat. But I do feel what you're saying, though, because when I started using FL, it was so easy, it made sense. The only thing that didn't make sense to me was the wires and the routing, but everything else just was like, oh man, this makes so much sense. So when I went to Pro Tools, a lot of things didn't make sense. The routing is one of the only things actually that did make sense to me, but a lot of stuff didn't make sense. And that is kind of challenging to get your head wrapped around when, you should tap into the Patreon. I got a Pro Tools course on the Patreon for $10. Dang, bro, I got a whole Pro Tools course teaching people how to use Pro Tools, literally from beginning to advanced. It starts off beginner, like super, super duper beginner, and then goes all the way to the most advanced stuff that you would ever need to do in Pro Tools. So you should definitely tap in, bro. It's just literally $10. Well, it's $10 a month, but you get everything for $10. So I would tap in, bro. I would do that if I was you. But I also understand, because FL is so easy and extremely intuitive, Pro Tools is a workflow similar to that of a console, and like almost like a digital tape machine in a way. So without a little bit of that background knowledge, at least, it is confusing. I can understand that for sure. Whereas FL is not really like that. It just makes sense as a software. So I can understand that. Learn after low-key after learning Pro Tools routing, every DAW routing just seems way easier. Oh, interesting. That's valid. I think overall mixing a song is my biggest problem, and chopping up the beat. Okay, mixed by Lil A. That is super vague. I think overall mixing the song is my biggest problem. So that's like saying I think everything about mixing is my biggest problem. We got to start somewhere. Like, we got to start at least vocals and chopping up the beat. Have you ever like made a beat? Have you ever produced, or have you ever like made a song yourself as an artist or anything like that? Or you kind of just started out engineering, like started out recording and mixing? Studio One is a good middle ground for me, a little bit more complex than FL, but not as much clutter as Pro Tools in my opinion. I could feel that. Mixing just comes with time as you do it more. That is true. Just sent one of my most recent tracks. Let's go! Routing is low-key the same functionality on any DAW, but visually it just looks different. That's valid, if that makes sense. Like, if you visualize it in your head, it's all the same fundamentally. Valid. Appreciate that, bro. Lovely. Okay. This is, we just listed that one. Okay. Dang, bro, y'all loading it up. I gotta go faster. Brianna Knight. Hello, my name is JC, and I'm a producer and engineer. I recorded, produced, and mixed this track. Yikes. Please be as brutally honest as possible. All right. I think I struggle most with my vocals sounding hollow. Okay. And also mixing BGVs with the lead vocal. All right. Well, this is Gravity, Brianna Knight, JC Mintz, or JC. Let's see.
Don't be afraid, baby, I won't let you fall. When you're with me, you're gonna float right in my arms. No more texting paragraphs, no back and forth. I wanna show you I'm the one. On the phone, talking late nights, no facts. Carry your secrets to the grave, you and I.
Hey, first off, this fire. I don't know if JC is here, but this fire. The song is fire. I love what was going on in the beginning, the intro. That was super dope.
Bed too big,
It's more so, okay, let me keep listening.
let me sleep by your side. Wanna show you I'm the one. I can give you trust, I'll give you hugs. I'll be the first one to boost you up.
It's a balance thing right now. The vocal is, it's important for the vocal to be heard and felt, but it's so on top, and it's almost, it's kind of like, how do I explain this? It's a tonal balance thing. The way the vocal is tonally balanced, it's kind of, it's coming out the speaker. How do I, this is backwards. So it's coming out the speaker like like this in a weird way. Like each word is coming like this. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but you kind of want it to either come like, damn, this is so weird to explain. I don't know how to explain it, but it's the way it's coming at me is like a weird thing. I don't know. It would help to have a little bit of verb, but it's kind of sounding like maybe a fast attack on a compressor and a fast release, or maybe it's just too bright. I don't know. Because it could be the way the transient versus the tonal information of the vocal is balanced. It's I don't know, maybe it's too much tonal information is coming. This is really kind of esoteric how I'm describing this right now, but it's kind of strange.
I could be a rock, could be a shoulder. If you have a long day, babe, I'm coming over. Nothing too big or too small. You know my number, babe, just call.
Even if you use some subtle delay, it feels too dry and too like naked and barren and alone, which has an emotional feeling. So if you want it to feel like that, if that works with the vocal narrative to feel alone, then that's cool. But for some reason, I feel like it's not feeling cool for this song though.
Kick it like homies, talk like lovers, kiss like we only have forever. My loving.
That moment right there, I needed more emotion. That whatever she was doing right there, like maybe that could be a little louder and there could be an effect on that to bring more attention to it, to really emphasize that moment.
Just call, kick it like homies, talk like lovers, kiss like we only have forever. My loving, like
Like that was a moment right there that could have been something.
gravity. My loving, like falling.
She's a really dope singer, but I'm not feeling the emotion of her performance for real. And that could be a compression thing, but it's like, especially when this part starts coming in, you could feel the swing and the bop of how she's using her voice, and it's like, it's not really translating how I hear she's doing it. I hear what she's doing, but it's being held back, is basically what I'm trying to say.
Forever, my loving, like gravity. My loving, like you can fall in love with me. You can fall in love.
Like that's emotion right there. She's singing with my love like gravity. Like that's something that everybody should sing, like almost like some Mary J. Blige type stuff. But it's being held back.
Love me, baby. My loving, like gravity. My loving, like you can fall in love with me. You can fall in love with me, baby. Late night back at your Honda taking trips. Book a flight, baby, I'm yours, no distance. Whatever love is whatever you at. Life
I don't know what happened different, but this is better as far as how the vocal is being presented.
luxury when loving me, don't care about the tech, baby. I'll be there to make you laugh. Forget the mother girls you had. I'll speak lovingly and gently, we can do it your way. Take the lead with me, I'll follow your nothing to me.
It started coming back towards the end. I also think turning down the breaths would be helpful because some of the breaths get a little loud.
I'm too smart, you know my number, babe. Just call, kick it like homies, talk like.
Trying to juxtapose the lead vocal versus those ad-libs in the back that are panning around. I like that they're panning, that's cool, but maybe some kind of filter or some kind of effect or something just to sonically separate them a little better. I think that'd be helpful.
Like lovers, kiss like we only have forever. My loving.
That moment again, that's like right before the hook. That's a transitional moment. We need that feeling right there. It's not there.
Like gravity, my loving, like you can fall in love with me. You can fall in love with me, baby. My loving, like gravity, my loving, like you can fall in love with me. You can fall in love with me, baby. Fall in love with me. Fall in love, fall in love.
Okay. Overall, the song is really good. So I will say you didn't mess up the song, which is great because that can for sure happen. Uh oh, can I rephrase it maybe? Yes, I will rephrase it. Oh, what's the Patreon? Hold on, let me put that in the chat for you real quick. uh Wait a second. Well, I think it's in the description. How do I go to my description? I don't know. I'll just do it on my phone. I'll paste it on my phone real quick, real fast for you. Give me like 30 seconds, y'all. Copy that. Drop that in the chat. Here comes that link. That link is active. It has just been sent. All right, let's go back through. It's a hard mix of yes sir. Thank you. Push it back. Can you rephrase it maybe? Okay, rephrase it. Wait, do you mean the vocals itself is kind of two in your ears / mono? At least on my speakers, it sounded fine in the mix. It's more about how the vocal. Okay, so if you really listen to, I wish I could play songs on here to give a better example, but there's a roundness to a vocal like this that I guess I would just prefer. So this is all an opinion and this is all taste at the end of the day, but there's a certain roundness, and I think a good comparison would be Mary J. Blige. Be Without You is like, an incredible mix. So maybe that's too high of a bar for this song, but that would be a good vocal presentation style to like check out for her. Not to necessarily mimic or anything, but to gain some inspiration from, because the way the roundness and the presentation of how it goes, like when something is, man. So like there's a time domain of sound, okay? So when I say a word, it's a time domain to it. So if it sounds like the beginning of the word is darker than the end of the word, it kind of does this kind of thing. And a lot of times compressors can create that effect because the attack is so fast and the release is so fast that it's bringing down the beginning of the word and it's making the end of the word sound brighter. So it's doing this kind of a thing on each word, which to me, I find strange and kind of distracting, instead of doing this kind of a thing for per word where it's more round and it's coming at you in a more like just a unfolding way, almost like the story is just unfolding to you. Like, this is super nerdy, but that's what I'm hearing. Maybe that was a better way. Okay. All right, thank you. I do think it would help for the lead vocal to have some kind of, I like that it's dry, maybe just some subtle delay. It did sound like there was something subtly on it though, but maybe just some subtle delay, left and right type stuff. The vocal sound like it's swelling. Okay, yes, it sounds really dry to you, heard. Yeah. Low-key, after listening some more, wait, it kind of sounds too dry, at least in my head. It'd sound better if there was word. Yeah, some kind of audible space on the vocal. I think it was warm audio too, Mike. Oh, nice. Are you saying it sounds overcompressed, like just loud, like in dynamics? It could be overcompressed, but it doesn't sound squashed. I wouldn't say it sounds squashed. It's just there's an emotion to the way she's singing, and oftentimes a compressor is taking away that emotion in most cases when that happens. So technically it could be overcompressed, but when I think of the word overcompressed, I think of super squashed, and it's not super squashed. Low-key, I'm not really hearing the issue with the BGs in the lead box though, like Justin says he thinks. Yeah, I didn't think that this was thin. I didn't think the lead vocal was that thin. It could be a little bright, but that also could be an aesthetic. Like if you listen to Teyana Taylor's last project, her vocals are super bright and people liked that aesthetic. So I don't know about is yay or nay on that. It just depends on the artist and what they want to do. The backgrounds was more so level, like the actual level of them could have been better. and the separation of the lead and the backgrounds was kind of there because they were darker, but they weren't necessarily, they weren't contributing in a bad way or an amazing way. They were kind of just in the middle. And that could be okay because her lead vocal, she can sing really well. She has an emotional way of singing that's pretty dope. So that could actually work for her because it makes us focus on her lead vocals and the backgrounds are more decorative. So that's more like a song by song kind of thing. But yeah, the biggest thing is, yes, the roundness of the vocal could be, yeah. What parameters would I adjust? The first thing I would try is to relax the attack some. I would maybe try some automation to hear where she's, I mean, if we go back to this first hook, that's an easy place to hear it.
Be the first one to approach. If you have a long day, give you trust. Could be a shoulder. If you have a long day, baby, I'm coming over.
Like, if you had a long day, baby, coming over. Like, just kind of popping out certain words to give me a little more bounce, a little more feel, a little more personality in her performance. It kind of just, it ain't hitting. I don't know how to say it, but it's just, it kind of is lacking. Well, it sounds like her performance is kind of doing it, but it's just not translating. What would separate the BGVs from the lead vocals more? What plugins? Chorus wideners. That could definitely help. Honestly, bro, panning. It seemed like a lot of the backgrounds, except for the one that was panning around, are kind of centered, you know? And what else? Let me listen one more little quickly. Let's see what we got.
Like lovers, kiss. You could fall in love me, baby. My love.
There's also some low mids. What I would try to attack is the low mids in that ad lib to make it a little just more distinctly out there. It almost sounds like there's a similar vocal chain on the ad libs than that there is for the lead vocal. So maybe just using EQ a little differently on those. Interesting, the BGVs was panned a lot, but I could pan more maybe. Yeah, I think so maybe. Because to me, or maybe it's just in here.
Like gravity.
Are they pan like hard left and right? Because to me, it sounds like they're kind of close to the lead vocal. But maybe that was just the section I was just in.
My love me like. You can fall in love with me. You can fall in love in this, whatever love is, baby. I'll follow your nothing to me. I'm too smart. You know my number, babe. Just call. Kick it like homies. Talk like lovers. Kiss like we only have forever.
I also think maybe she could have did more backgrounds. I usually never pan to why? Why is everybody so frightened about panning hard left and hard right? I do that every mix. But I do like how there's that ad lib that's panning left and right. I think that's cool. Maybe it could be a little darker, a little more distortion on it or something. Just subtle distortion, not nothing crazy. But stuff like that, it's kind of difficult to do this. I usually try to think of panning like a choir. That's what my mix engineering mentor tells me to think about it like that. Interesting. I would be interested to hear more about that because I don't know exactly how that translates. This song's been out for over a year. This is my collab beat with Bape Brazy and one of my artists. All right, Wildlife.
Damn, Sally. Perfect.
What are you doing? Wise guy don't carry his money in a wallet. Hey, wise guy carries money in a wallet. Like this.
Wait, this is the same song. I just heard this. Okay, we heard it. We gonna go desperate. Oh, my bad. I didn't read this. Desperate Fool made this a few days ago, so I'm looking for feedback. On the early mix. 17-year-old producer, vocalist, and much more. Okay.
Friends gone, it's just Sean, and I'm on my own.
Now this is what I call overcompressed. Now this is where you can hear the compression. But let's continue because this is an interesting voice here. I kind of like your voice, I think.
Left lost in the sauce, I don't wanna go. I'm parted from all of these happy souls. I'm desperate. Yeah, look in the mirror, I'm not even there. Mental repeat in a loop of despair. I cannot tell if I'm still even sad no more. Wish these thoughts would just wash out my hair. One thing you notice when being this weird is how you are the focus, you're leaving them scared. Just
I think you pan those backgrounds out a little more.
by you holding a talent so broken that not even cheaters could ever compare. Everything lonely when you are the only.
When those backgrounds come in, I want them to kind of, especially with the seriousness, the tension of this record, I want them to kind of come at me a little more, add more energy to those moments.
Only one holding the motive to run up the stairs. Everyone normal, but that ain't my gear. Not even the lane you'll be seeing me stare. I feel at home when
It's like you're relying on the reverb to give me that energy, but it kind of goes a little missed, whereas those vocals would command more attention. They're more emotional than the reverb to me.
alone with my fear of me being alone to the dawn of my years. Raising a half full glass of my tears as I'm telling me cheers. This is a path I'ma walk alone till I'm nothing but dust and bones. How my heart was so lit up with passion and fire, sparked in the ashes blown. I got scars on my back, it shows. Stitches from back in my past. My dome, it still hasn't healed from the last to go. Stab on my back for gold, but I hope it was worth it. To my eyes, they ain't nothing but worthless. In the dirt chicks, I ain't never claimed to.
These vocals are so in my face, but I'm not necessarily mad at the aesthetic because that is a vibe, but they are super compressed and just very like right there, very still, you know, very just, which has an emotional feeling, but I think it could be a little more emotional with less compression.
To be perfect, I was always late to the service, but an effort made cause I loved her, till she ran away for a number. Now she only stays in my slumber, in my nightmares where she's hung up. Friends gone, it's just Sean and I'm on my own.
It would be cool for there to be like a scene change right there when your vocal comes in, because you go from rapping into feeling very serious and tense to singing in this way, and it still has that I don't know, a certain energy, but it could be cool if there was like more delay or an interesting reverb or something on this vocal when this comes in. That could be a cool like scene change moment.
Left lost in the sauce, I don't wanna go. I'm parted from all of these happy souls. I'm desperate. Friends gone, it's just Sean and I'm on my own.
See, man, that's better for the vocals, but even more, like more massive. Maybe even record some more vocals for that moment, because that could be that's a moment right there. Like you need to make us feel that, and it's kind of there, but just let it be released, you know.
Left lost in the sauce, I don't wanna go. I'm parted from all of these happy souls. I'm desperate. Yeah, love the privity, mental misery, overthinking causing brain liquidity. I am missing the guy I used to be. Time before I fell into a pit so deep, kept feeling like a heart deficiency. Dark history, art gets to me, head down like a dark mystery. Top charts is where I picture me. Picture me up past the frame on the wall. If God rings, I'ma answer the call. My head crowded like the streets of DC. Some dark truths I have lived through it all. Some tough thoughts like a hard head. Favorite one spot be in my bed, where I dream big on the nonsense that I've wanted for the longest. Friends gone, it's just Sean and I'm on my own. Left lost in the sauce, I don't.
That's cool for the last hook. That's dope. That's kind of giving a little bit of a scene change.
Wanna go. I'm parted from all of these happy souls. I'm desperate. Yeah, my friends gone, it's just Sean and I'm on my own. Left lost in the sauce, I don't wanna go. I'm parted from all of these happy souls. I'm desperate.
I also think the piano could carry a little more power on this outro. Like, I was about to say something that was pause worthy, but just could be a little stronger. Okay, overall the song is fire though. Like really, really dope. Super, super dope. Like fire. I ain't gonna lie. Like you kind of the rap part does sound like a familiar style, but that's okay. I think that your singing parts are really dope. I like how your tone sounds on those parts. I do I think that as you build these hooks out, I think that's great that you're thinking in that way and you're only 17, so this is really amazing for 17. How you've arranged this vocally to progress and grow. I think that's fire. I love how massive the last hook is. That's great. Great arrangement right there for it to grow like that. It seems pretty straightforward, like we would all know to do that, but I promise you it don't happen. A lot of times all of the hooks are exactly the same, you know? So that's dope that you made this decision. And I think that there are certain moments where it feels a little safe and you could, especially with a song like this, and we could add a little more emotion, a little more danger. Things could be a little more exaggerated in those moments. But the main thing is like the vocals are super compressed, which it goes both ways because for the rap, it could work in the favor for the rap, but for the singing, it kind of goes against it a little bit because I'm not feeling the emotion from your dynamics as much in that section. And it's putting that vocal just right here in that spot way bigger and way louder than everything else in the mix when the other parts of the mix, and your vocal is the most important part of this song, don't get me wrong, but there are other things that are helping to communicate the emotion as well, and they're being drowned out. And for this type of song, it's not about your vocal sitting in the mix perfectly. I think that is good. It's loud, but maybe it's a little too loud because it's so over compressed, or maybe I don't know what exactly it is. I would have to check it out fully, but overall the song is really, really dope, and you super talented, especially for 17, like crazy. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that made sense as well. I don't know. Okay, let me see. And I'm a conductor, and I'm in conductor POV. Okay, bass in the middle, then tenors, altos, and sopranos more panned outward. I think that's fantastic for that type of music. I think this is like, and that could be dope for the R&B record right there. It could be, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's something I've been using as a staple for what things I pan based on how low or high it is. Interesting. Okay. I can understand that line of thinking 100%. But my current opinion is that would work fantastic for those type of records if you were mixing like a classical record or a choir record. But it's a little, I think it might be a little different. Yeah, I like the tone of the artist. Yes. I see what you mean there. It was def and oh, okay, NF, there we go. Yeah. Anything on the beat, I made it too. Oh, you made the beat? Dang, fire. Bro, you're super talented. I see what you mean when you said it much, much more. Yeah, you're super talented for sure. I think just because your voice is so strong, the beat had its moments where, especially in the beginning where it's the piano and at the end, it was very supportive, but the energy of the beat was there. It just could have contributed a little bit more. Like, the thing about mixing is it's not, I feel like there should be a different word for this than mixing because it's an emotional thing, it's a spiritual thing. All of these elements in the song are working together to make people feel stuff. So I feel like mixing doesn't really translate that process well. So it's more so, it's kind of difficult to describe. It's more so how the music is accompanying you, how it's working with you, that could have been a little bit better to make it more impactful, more emotional. But how do I articulate that?
To a pencil deep, kept feeling like a heart deficiency. Dark history.
Okay, perfect example right there. This like this string.
Misery, overthinking causing brain liquidity. I am missing the guy I used to be. Time before I fell into a pistol deep. Kept feeling like a heart deficiency.
Like that. Dun, 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 dun. I like how the other one, dun, 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 like that's fire and those are panned in a nice way, but maybe that other dun, 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 could come in over on the left or something. So it gives you a little more like, it kind of creates a little like, I don't know, I don't want to say anxiety or something, but it just gives you some, it's like, it kind of helps the tension of that moment feel a little more, just subtle stuff like that. And it kind of goes, I don't even know, even the, like even riding that up a little bit so it breathes instead of just being a, it's like little stuff like that just to give me more feeling. Yeah. There we go.
Dark history, art gets to me. Head down like a dark mystery. Top charts is where I picture me.
It really helps like create a immersive experience for the listener. So yeah. There we go. Stuff like that. All right, y'all. We ain't gonna be here too much. I think we're gonna have 15 more minutes. All right. This is a lot of work. 15 more minutes. It'll be 6:30 here. So yeah, I hope we get through everybody, but if we do not, I apologize. And I will be streaming again most likely next Friday. I am streaming at least once a week. It's kind of random, but right now it's 5 p.m. PST on Fridays. There is a skip option. If you want to skip, there is a skip option. It's just $5. But I hope we get through everybody, but we only got 14 minutes left now. So let's listen to Jay Justice. Mix this down. Got some good feedback in your Discord. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this as well. Let me know what I can improve on before I have to send this off tomorrow. Okay, for surely. Let's go. So shout out to the Discord. Appreciate everybody in the Discord tapping in and giving feedback to people. That's what we're here for. So I love that.
We both crossed the line at the same time. Almost broke it off at the same time. I can't fuck with her if she ain't mine. Cause what I've been hearing through the grapevine is place been shifting, they tectonic. Blues came fast and it ain't sonic. Any problems we have, I try and solve it. Either way, I became a culprit. Oh God, always knew I'm better than.
This is a taste thing. Especially on that On God, some kind of delay, something cool right there. On God. A little something.
Way I became a culprit, oh God. Always knew I'm better than her last, oh God. She always saying nigga.
Oh, especially when he say it again, oh God. Like another one on that one. That's when you start brainwashing people. When you start making people remember and realize things about a song. Like, and the artists just did that naturally. We need something right there.
This ain't shit, oh God.
Come on, we need something on this On God.
You never met a nigga like this, on God. So slow down on the liquor, babe. Two more, make it levitate. Me and you can.
I would want a little more from those backgrounds, but again, all taste.
Can't separate.
Maybe just a little louder, maybe just a little thicker or something. I don't know what it is exactly, but a little more contribution from them.
Hey, this isn't any other situation. Not for nothing, you my baby. I try to be patient. I wanna be a savior. Do you wanna be saved, baby? We both crossed the line. We both crossed the line at the same time. Almost broke it off at the same time. I can't fuck with her if she ain't mine. Cause what I've been hearing through the grapevine is.
Also, I don't know if this was a 2-track or if you had the multi-tracks to this, but the way the kick is hitting, this is something I hear all the time. It sounds just far too clipped where it's not punching. And oftentimes this happens because people are trying to get songs super loud, but there are other ways to get loudness and still have the kick actually punch instead of sound like it's punching, to where people can feel the punch as well. I think that's important for these types of records, for hip hop, for R&B, in other genres, it's not that important. But I I'm missing that for this.
Place been shifting, ain't tectonic. Blues came fast and it ain't sonic. Any problems we have, I try and solve it. Either way, I became the culprit. On God.
Why is there extra space at the end? Is there something else that's about to happen? Or is this just extra space? Is that purposeful extra space? Okay, the only other thing is I do think it's a lot of low mids in his voice. That this is all an opinion and all taste. I would like a little bit less of that.
We both crossed the line at the same time.
And I would want a little more mid-range. It sounds a little scooped in the mids. I would want a little more mid-range to come through on his vocal and a little less of the low end. That could just be EQ bringing down the low end, you know. But that's just personal taste. I'm not mad at how, for this particular song, I'm not mad at how even the vocal is, but there are moments where I do hear words coming up, and I'm liking that. On God part, more like a delay throw or something interesting effects wise happening on that moment as well. I actually automated on God's. I saw that in the video. No more sleeping on. Okay, lit. Can you elaborate on the kick? I used a 2-track and I tried to EQ the point where the kick was hidden. Then I go, oh, no, my fault. You know, FL and it's leave remainder. Oh, okay, valid. You weren't the first to talk about the low mids note. Okay, valid. Well, it could just be how the producer bounced it, because if the kick is already like that, there's not really much you can do. This is not a, if y'all have seen the new HMD plugin, a 2-track plugin, I ain't gonna lie, it kind of works pretty good for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally have put that on my recording template, because a lot of times space blender reverb though, that would be fire. On the end though, it's there. It's something cool happening with it. But just on the beginning, the first times he says it, there's something, you know, that I want to hear there. There was something else about, oh yeah, on the kick. It's more like a transient thing, but so transients, I think that I oftentimes think of it as on higher parts of a sound, but I just think of it as like impact, as something you feel, or like clackiness or push. You know, like if you look at a speaker, when a kick hits, it moves, right? But I also want to feel that movement. I don't know if y'all have ever sat in a car where there's subs in it and you can feel the vibration. When you feel how that kick punches and you feel it in your chest and your body and your, I don't know, this your torso cavity. I just made that up. It feels a certain way. And for these kind of records, I would want a little bit of that. But that's probably the producer went too far on clipping or limiting or whatever, so it's completely gone now. So it's hard to bring that back if you just got a 2-track. So no, that's what I use on the On Guys as well. That delay though. Really? I didn't hear it. Let's go here.
Almost broke it off at the same time. I can't fuck with it. We both crossed the line at the same time. Almost broke it off at the same time. I can't fuck with it if she ain't mine. Cause what I've been hearing through the grapevine is place been shifting, ain't tectonic. Blues came fast and it ain't sonic. Any problems we have, I try and solve it. Either way, I became a culprit, on God. Always knew I'm better than her last, on God. She always saying niggas ain't shit, on God. You never met a...
I kind of heard it on the first one. It was real subtle though. I need more. And I need something on the other ones as well. I think that this is something I did as well when I first started, and even like when I had a little bit of experience, I kind of played things too safe. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing here, but I'm just speaking about myself. I played things too safe and made everything sound super balanced and nice. Literally, I was in a session yesterday. Well, we don't want to talk about that, but it was I made things too safe, too balanced, too perfect. And that's kind of boring, you know? And I need something, we need to be moved. You feel me? Like we need our attention to be directed and pulled one way and then pulled back here and focused and you know, like we need to be taken on a journey. So stuff like that, I guess. Very low mix just to add texture. Yeah, no, that's what I use on the, okay, yeah, I got it. All right, guys, we got 5 more minutes. I think we only gonna get through one more song. So if y'all do want to skip, it is available, but I don't know how I know if y'all do skip because I haven't been doing this for that long. Dang, we're not gonna get to KB's. Dang, KB, I'm sorry. KB, you still here? Take You Home. Recorded this a year ago, but just mixed the vocals. Wondering what you think could improve. Mic is Sony C80. Thanks, bro. Okay.
I ain't even get to touch her, but I feel her.
It's for sure crispy.
Oh, you say that you model, can we take pics alone? Ooh, she shining like a diamond, not no glitter. The way that body fit, I swear can't nothing
This is somebody's beat. What's that from? It's like a Drake song or something?
fit you wrong. She looking so good, I don't have bad taste. When she walking, I'm trying to talk it, I go that way. Must be a thief around here, she got a snatch.
You're welcome.
How you always look so good even on your bad days. Ooh, she look good with no makeup on. Try and get her.
The beat sample, it sounds kind of phasey, which could be an aesthetic. The lead vocals sound very flattened, very linear.
I might have to make up some. I got some offers you should take up on. Take you out, then take you home.
I need more interest. Like when I take you home, like I need something to make that more interesting. It's cool, especially if it's gonna be this compressed or this leveled. I'm not being engaged or compelled by the dynamics of your voice. So I need some kind of effects to help support that. Like if we are going to make very like non-dynamic mixes as far as volume, the not dynamics have to come from somewhere else. So a lot of times effects is an easy way to do that. Stuff with the production like drops in the beat or effects on the beat is a way to do that.
Take you home. Take you home. Take you home. Take you home. Taught me something early morning, call that first class. Way you handling that body, you deserve bags. They tryna get me out, so shawty grab a purse bag. She grab that stick out for her lips, the one that burst mags. Bitch, I'm flyer than a co-pilot. What a set pilot, but I don't like doing no driving. I'm in the middle.
I like the level though. The volume level of the vocal is balanced in a good way. It's in a good spot.
Love the way, bitch, I'm so island. Ain't even clean the dirty money, got the soap piling. Tell me what the fuck's a soap opera? I just looked it up like why ain't see myself pop up. Actually, I get it, and it's probably cause my life recorded, ain't no cameras, just a mic propped up. I told that girl, let's make a video. Hit me with that question, said, are we official though? I said, I don't know, but we could get to know. Said it depends on what's the outcome of the video. Like, don't you love this shit? Am I fly right now? I'm trying to match your style. Heard about your old dude, must have hurt so bad. I could bypass that, make it hurt so good. I swear I could show you better than your last man could. All black, you wear it better than Batman could. Ass big as a house, I got that craftsman wood. You got something special walking through the aisle like damn, that's good. Yeah. And I got offers you should take up on. Good brain, I could tell your mind is made up. Oh, we should go find a private place alone. I think I got the perfect place to go. Yeah. Take you home, take you home.
Okay, this is a dangerous place to be in. It's not bad, but it's not amazing. It's like it's okay. It's a song that the sample would catch my ear, and as it did, oh, I forgot what song that is. It's a Drake song, or he's on the hook at least. The sample, the way it's presented. This is probably the producer or whatever. I don't know if you are the producer of this, but it's just kind of phasey or strange. It's kind of distracting in a way. The vocal, I just need more interest. It's if it's gonna be that linear and kind of compressed, like I need more interest from the effects. The what you call it? Dang, what was I about to say? I forgot, y'all. I was about to say something. I forgot. It'll come back. Hell yeah, effing right. Yes, that song. Facts. Thank you. Just an FYI, I'm still here just playing. Okay, just because you're KB and you're the GOAT, we're gonna listen to your song last and then we're gonna end the stream. Because it was so compressed, I couldn't fall into the trance of the voice. If that's gonna be the aesthetic, I need more from the effects. I need other things to help make it more compelling and interesting. That's the main thing. It could, some would say it is kind of thin, but I don't know. All of that stuff is very aesthetic based, very taste based. It could have been a little warmer. It could have been a little like more body on the vocal, for sure. I don't really be tripping over that. That's because that's so broad across the spectrum of how people like their vocals to sound. It's more like the dynamics of the vocal to me. Or if you're gonna do that, I would want more effects. That's the main thing. All right, FYI, it's a beat but with vocal chops. Okay, I didn't produce this and this is my first mix on it, so unfortunately I don't have any ear candy or ad-libs going, but wanted another opinion. Okay, valid. Okay, yeah, send it again for sure. I'll be back at some point next week, probably Friday again. I appreciate you for sending this through. This is Dusk by KB, 43 hours on the beat, 5 hours on the visualizer, and 2 hours on custom captions. This is my most recent finished EDM/dubstep/complex tro beat. KB, I'm just happy that you are still you. I'm just happy that you are still you. That's major, man. Always be yourself. And I love the time commitment, putting in the work. Let's go. Oh, this is a download. All right, here we go. Oh, it's a link. All right. Okay, KB. All right, love. KB, where's the low end? There's no low end. Okay, my main thing is it's really cool, but I need more eventfulness from the from the individual sound. Like there's a certain moment when a laser thing sound goes doo-doo-doo, but it's kind of like tucked. Like bring that out. You know, like it's an instrumental kind of thing and there's vocal chops, but it's like unless there's ever going to be a vocalist on this, I need more moments from the production to kind of act like a lead vocalist, if that makes sense. Like the whole beat can't be the lead vocalist all the time. Sometimes certain elements will pop out and be like that center focus. That was a little better from that laser moment right there. I also want more character, like that snare and that clap. I just want more character, more like dignity on these sounds. I feel like I'm using the more strangest words, but it's so like. But also, this could be because I don't know where the low, and it's almost like there's a high pass on the entire song or something. But it could be a part of. It could be that as well. I love these melodies though. That streamer, that's fire. Like that moment when that dun, 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 that needs to be kind of pushed a little bit more to where it's like, oh snap, we here. Now obviously I keep harping on the low end thing. When that drop comes in, we need that, we gotta feel that there. But you've already you've been told this before, I see. So but this is really, really dope, bruh. Like I'm enjoying this a lot.
Oh my gosh, you're drunk!
Wow. That was fire, KB. Like dang. See, I gotta tell y'all a little backstories because I was I used to stream on Twitch with one of my really good friends, and KB was like he was very involved and very helpful to the stream, and he was just a part of the stream, and we had like a whole community and everything with what we were doing on the stream, just giving music feedback and reacting to stuff. And man, he has come so far. Like this is really fire, bro. Like the production is fire, and it sounds like you put time, effort, and love and dedication into this. It shows tremendously. Like this was fire, bro. This is for sure like the best I've heard. Like you have come so far. This is a huge jump from the last thing I even heard from you. But let alone when we first started hearing your stuff, like wow, bro, I'm proud and impressed. Like fire, bro. And KB's young too. KB, I don't know if you okay with sharing how old you are, but you know, he's a youthful individual. You feel me? But this was fire, bro. Like, wow. Shout out to you. For real. I'm nervous to look at the description, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I saw that you said it on the captions. Do not look until the B-Day stream after the video. Okay. I'm scared to look at any of this stuff. I ain't gonna lie. But bro, this is fire. This was also partially rushed to make the deadline. Wow. Oh no, it's fine. I'm public about my age, if anything. Okay, valid. Well, Yeah, he's a young, what you like 17 now, 17, 18, how old? I don't know. I don't remember anymore. It's been years. I don't even know how long it's been since we streamed. You know, how old are you? 16, 17? I don't remember. But to be that young and to be doing this, bro, fire. You feel me? 17 in August. Wow. Fire, bro. There's another 17-year-old in here that was fire too. Maybe I'm just far removed because I know when I was 17, the stuff I made was terrible. Awful. And the what y'all but y'all also started, well, I know KB started earlier than I started for sure. I think I started at like 16 or 17. Started making stuff. But anyway, this is fire, bro. Shout out to you. I love it. Am I subscribed to you? Yes, I am subscribed. What? Am I subscribed? Well, I can't subscribe, but I think I'm subscribed on my other one because I do see your stuff pop up every now and then. But I can't subscribe on this because this is like, it's a different type of YouTube account. But anyway, that's the stream, guys. I appreciate y'all so much for tapping in with me. I'm also working on a rally house thing right now, something completely different. I started getting an interest in making music at 9 years old. Wow. Yeah, bro, this fire though. Super dope. I appreciate y'all so much for oh my goodness, what I just do. Oh, well, that's cool. I appreciate y'all for tapping into the stream. I got a new video coming for y'all, I think on Sunday, that I think is gonna be really dope. And if there's anything I can do to help anybody out, just hit me up in the Discord or on Instagram. Well, just hit me up on the Discord. And yeah, bro, I'll see y'all next week on the stream and in the next YouTube video. And I appreciate y'all. Deuces. We out here. All right, KB and everybody else in the chat. Shout out to everybody. Thank you, bro. Happy y'all have gotten to see you. Yes, I am happy as well. All right, we outie 530. In it soon.